Perhaps the most addicting feature of Dragon's Crown, the reason you'll be coming back for more over and over again, is because of its incredibly deep loot system. A game like Dragon's Crown could have gotten away with being a more typical hack-and-slash RPG, but it opted instead to go in the opposite direction. It hinges on rewarding players constantly. It dares them to spend hard-earned currency to find out exactly what's in their possession. It necessitates that they find new equipment and armaments to make them stronger, to allow them to survive harder challenges. In other words, it's as much an RPG as an action game. It appeals to both genres' sensibilities time and time again. At its foundation, Dragon's Crown's loot system revolves around basic letter ratings. Whenever you find loot on the various maps you explore, loot typically discovered by your rogue companion Ranni, a treasure rank will flash on screen. By the time you finish any given level, you'll have accumulated many of these treasure ranks, which will then live in a list. You have to pay gold coins to actually see what any given item actually is. As you spend more cash, lists of question marks quickly turn into lists of actual items, weapons, armor, and other gear that can be used as you see fit. The scary beauty of this is that unknown loot can be sold without ever appraising what you have. This can give you tons of gold to spend at area shops, but if you dare appraise what you have, ideally focusing mostly on upper tier, higher letter items when possible, you can actually make even more money. Of course, you can end up losing money too, with actual item values not outpacing what you spent to get an item appraised in the first place. Accumulated loot ultimately culminates in giving players equipment and items to use regardless of which class you're playing as. Not surprisingly, not every class can use every item. The fighter, for instance, will rely on heavy armor and massive swords that are completely unusable to other classes. But part of the fun is not knowing what you have until you appraise it, and then figuring out how to best use it on your own characters, or give it away to some of your companions. Selling items is necessary too, but be careful. What isn't useful now may be useful to another character class you encounter later on. Each piece of equipment, from weapons to armor to shields, accessories, and gauntlets, is categorized in several ways. Each has a level requirement that stops low-level characters from equipping gear that's too powerful. Each has base statistics like attack or defense, and accessories in particular have special features that further bend your strengths and weaknesses. Notably, everything has a durability stat too, one that requires you to constantly fix degrading gear that gets jostled about and abused during the heat of battle. Dragon's Crown does a really nice job of providing you with enough spoils of war that you rarely need to visit a shop to purchase wares. But if you do, consider going to Morgan's Magic Item Shop, a location you'll discover early in your adventure. Here you can find all sorts of tonics, potions, and drafts that can be applied in battle. Healing potions have obvious effects, but strength and defense tonics can give you an edge in really difficult fights. Dragon's Crown launches exclusively on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita this August. In between now and then, keep it tuned to IGN to learn more about Vanilleware's promising side-scrolling RPG.